Welcome to George L. King Field for Strath Haven Television's inaugural game of the season. And we picked a good one for you. Two undefeated teams from the Central League meeting today in the rubber game of what's been a 20-year series. Both teams have won 10 games each, and one team will be up 11-10 at the conclusion of tonight's contest. That's right, Strath Haven Ridley. A balmy night here in mid-September. A high-powered Strath Haven offense going against an equally formidable Ridley defense. Anybody who's ever gone to Ridley or Strath Haven knows how special the Ridley-Strath Haven game is, so expect to see a lot of hard hitting and a lot of heart in this early part. 41, Bilal Wilson will be kicking off for Ridley. Deep to receive for Strath Haven is Donnie Dixon, Jared Bradley, and Tom Bemke. Bemke is senior, but a first-year varsity player. The other two sophomores. Bradley and Dixon both are promising young talents, and Bemke has also been playing explosively this season. So on the kickoff for Ridley is number 41, Greg Bergwald. Follow it. The kick is a great one, caught by Bradley. Bradley's got it at the 20. He had a nice hole, but he goes down on the 35-yard line. So Bradley takes it up to about the 37-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for Strath Haven, led by senior quarterback Rick Kopic. In the backfield at fullback is Dan Connor, who's already committed to Penn State, one of the premier runners in the country. Dave Peck out at wide receiver. He normally plays tight end. Matt Fitzgerald at the halfback spot, replaced for an injured Phil Atkinson, and Connor takes it. Connor takes it up to about the 43 for about an 8-yard gain. Greg Oliver brings down Connor. He's had a great career here with Ridley High School. Double tight end formation, Casey and Peck. Shift in the backfield, Thorny at halfback, and Bradley there. Handoff goes to Matt Fitzgerald, and he's taken down for a loss in the backfield. He's playing in replacement of Phil Atkinson, who blew his knee out in the Conestoga game last week, and he's lost for the season. Matt Fitzgerald also suffered an injury earlier this year and has finally made it back for tonight's game. Kopic falls back, looking to pass, under pressure, gets it to Connor, but Connor is taken down at the 38-yard line, and Strath Haven will be forced to punt. Punting for Strath Haven's number 14, Steve Taylor, and deep to receive for Ridley is number 14, Rich Larkin. Also with him is Matt McGinley. Larkin is their backup quarterback. McGinley, a fullback and defensive back. Low snap, Taylor still recovers it. Gets off a very good punt. And McGinley has it at the 22, stumbling a little bit. And he's taken down at the 22-yard line by Kevin Kaminsky. So the Ridley defense looked very good in that first series, and the Strath Haven offense will try to match it or do better on this series. Quarterbacking for Ridley is Rich Larkin. At wide receiver on the right side, they put Matt McGinley and Evan Tunnell. Flag immediately as soon as the play gets underway. They give it to Vinny D'Angelo. And having played against Vinny D'Angelo in the younger leagues of football, he was a real powerhouse then. And as I've heard, he hasn't slowed down any bit throughout high school, being a powerhouse in both the football and lacrosse field. So it's a procedure penalty, and it's going to move the Raiders back to their own 15-yard line. False start on the offense. First down from the 22nd-yard line. Tunnel moved out to the far wide receiver. D'Angelo, the lone back, and a double tight end formation. Gives to D'Angelo. D'Angelo takes it up to about the 30-yard line before being brought down by the linebacker crew of Chris Donnelly and Dan Connor. So now 2nd and 9 from the 29-yard line. And entering the game for the Raiders, Mike Krause at running back, taking Jim DeCave's place. Tunnel and McGinley at wide receivers. The run is stopped for little or no gain. Again, it was to D'Angelo. Connor came right in and plugged that hole. So now 3rd and 6 from the 31, HBO. They're gonna move in Rick Kopic, who also is starting quarterback for Strath Haven, to wide receiver. A lot of wide receivers this time. 4. My math's not that good, but that's what it looks like. McGinley falls back under pressure. He's looking for a receiver, can't find anybody. He's gonna scramble with it. And he manages to get out of bounds for, I think, the first down. He gets the first down. Larkin takes it for the first down. And despite having 4 receivers, he couldn't find one because of a hard run Strath Haven rush. But in the end, when the smoke clears, dust settles, Strath Haven still has a first down from the 41-yard line. And they move Tunnel and McGinley over to wide receiver. D'Angelo alone in the backfield. And DeCave there at halfback. Gives to D'Angelo. He has a nice hole. Takes it up 6 yards. So they're about to the 47-yard line, 2nd and 4. Larkin received his plays from head coach John Waller. 3 wide receivers. Tunnel on one side. McGinley at the other. D'Angelo alone in the backfield. Gives to D'Angelo again. Again got a nice hole. And he's going to be just short of the first down on the 49-yard line. Making it now about 3rd and 4 on the 50. Oh, you can see it right away. Offsides on a Ridley offensive guard. The flags went flying like bottle rockets. Against Ridley. So Ridley's progress has been negated 5 yards. Making it now 3rd and 6 from the 45-yard line. Those are the type of penalties that'll cost you, especially in a game that'll be pretty close like this one. 5 wide receivers now at Larkin's disposal. Larkin falls back, and he's brought down for the sack by number 74, Sam McGarity, a senior defensive lineman for Strath Haven, brings him down for the sack. So now 4th and 7, and they'll be forced to use Ray Rodden, their punter. Deep to return the punt is Dan Connor and Rick Kopic. Good snap to Rodden, and a good punt. Caught by Kopic, and he's brought down right away on about the 24-yard line. So Strath Haven will now have to go 76 yards, try to get the first score of the night. So 1st and 10 from the 25. See Ryan Casey running in there. He'll be in on the double tight end formations. Otherwise, they'll usually put in Donnie Dixon. Kopic falls back. Pass on the first play, way too high. He was looking for Dave Peck on his right side, but put too much mustard on it, and it ended up on the sidelines. I guess he thought maybe one of the coaches was running that route. That's who he threw it to, but it was turned out, in fact, to be Dave Peck. Matt Thorne Fitzgerald leaving the game at halfback, being replaced by handoffs to Jared Bradley. He got about 4 yards on that. So now 3rd and 8 from the 27-yard line. Tom Bemke entering game. Dave Peck pretty far out there, receiver. Kopic falls back. Pressure by Ridley, but Peck still makes the catch, and he falls forward for a first down. First down at Strath Haven's 40-yard line. So now 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line after a 12-yard reception by Dave Peck. Kopic falls back again. Another pass. This is deep for Casey, but it was way overthrown. Crowd wants a pass interference call. They're not going to get it, though. Perhaps the referees figured while there may have been pass interference, the ball was just too overthrown for Casey, so why bother calling a penalty? The Strath Haven crowd, who takes their football very seriously, especially when it's against Ridley, did not like that call. Now 2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line. Handoffs to Connor. Usually a sure bet, but not this time. He gets stopped after running about 2 or 3 yards. Ridley's defense has looked pretty good tonight, but if you look on the scoreboard, you can say the same thing about Strath Haven's. 0-0 here, 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Reverse goes to Jared Bradley, but even that falls apart, and he's brought down for a loss of about 4 yards. Ridley's defensive line and inside linebacker has been getting great penetration into the Strath Haven backfield, which is why four straight bad plays, and they'll be forced to punt. Taylor punting again to Larkin and McGinley. Good snap, good punt, and McGinley's gonna get that at about the 14-yard line. Goes for the left sideline and gets taken down hard near the 26-yard line. Flag down in the play near him. McGinley slow getting up after being hit hard by Ryan Casey. And they're going to call a face mask on Casey. And that'll move Ridley up a couple yards. And when I say a couple, I mean 5. As it's now 1st and 10 from their 38-yard line. Seeing his first share of offense tonight, number 87, Dave McGrath, in at wide receiver. Larkin falls back, and it's batted down by Dave Peck. It looks like he was going for one of his left side receivers, probably Tunnel, but Peck, who's already had a 12-yard reception tonight for a first down, bats that down. The Strath Haven defense in the backfield features Rick Kopic at free safety, Kevin Kaminsky, and Donnie Dixon at cornerbacks, Dan Connor and Chris Donnelly at linebackers. Here it is, 2nd and 10 from the 38-yard line. Larkin falls back again. Oh, that time it hit Peck in the hands. He was looking for the interception, but couldn't get it. So Peck breaks up his 2nd straight pass tonight. Only that one could have been an interception. And knowing how passionate of a player Dave Peck is, I'm sure he's not happy about that. Now 3rd and 10 from the 38-yard line. Tunnel and McGinley at the 2 wide receivers. D'Angelo in the backfield, very familiar Ridley offense formation. Larkin gives it to D'Angelo, and he's stopped by Dave Peck on the defensive line. And so now Ridley will be forced to punt from their own 38-yard line. Ridley punting from their own 38-yard line, deep to receive. The usual motley crew of Dan Connor and Rick Kopic. Rodden, nice punt by Rodden. Kopic fair catches it at the 30-yard line. Some of the crowd trying to say that perhaps Kopic was touched after he fair caught it. But if it was probably incidental, so the refs aren't going to bother with that either. Now 1st and 10 from their 30. We're working with nice even numbers here. Strath Haven's going to call a timeout. Try to get something going on this offensive series because their past 2, save for a Dave Peck reception, have been kind of dismal. Mr. Clancy, in his 22nd year of coaching, out there trying to rally his troops. Mr. Clancy's 3rd all-time on the Delaware County wins list behind Dom Marion and Joe McNicholas, both of which were long-time Ridley coaches. So even that's kind of interesting. The 3 all-time winningest coaches either came from Ridley or Strath. Timeout ends at 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. First gives to Dan Connor, who takes it up to the 33-yard line. So now it's 2nd and 5 from the 35-yard line. Motion in Strathaven backfield, trying to throw off the Ridley's defenses. But the gives again to Dan Connor, who breaks free for a first down all the way up to the 45-yard line. 10-yard run. 1st and 10 now from Strathaven's 45-yard line after 2 straight gives to Dan Connor. Minute 20 left in the first quarter. Gives to Connor again for 3 straight times, and this time he breaks free all the way to Ridley's 40-yard line with a run of 15 yards. So now, on the 40-yard line, up for another 1st and 10 after 3 straight Dan Connor runs. 4 straight now to Dan Connor. He's brought down by a swarming Ridley defense. So now, 2nd and 6 from the 36-yard line. Kovic falls back to pass. He's under heavy pressure and is sacked on Ridley's 48-yard line for a significant loss.
That'll be the end of the first quarter.
And the first quarter comes to an end, still scoreless. A battle of the defenses, I guess you could say. We'll see how they can do in the second quarter. So at the beginning of the second quarter, it's Strathaven on Ridley's 46-yard line, 3rd and 17. Kovic falls back, and he's going to be sacked again. Jeez, are you kidding me? 2 straight sacks on Kovic. A loss of yards, 2 insurmountable, and they'll have to bring out Taylor to punt. You got to give credit to Ridley's defensive line, as much as it pains me to do it as a Strathaven fan. So it'll be 4th and too many as Taylor goes to punt. 4th and 25. That's crazy. Taylor's punt, probably his worst of the night, but still pretty good. Caught by Larkin. Larkin takes his time cutting it up and takes it to about the 28-yard line. His own 28-yard line. So now the Strathaven defense will have to match the effort of the Ridley defense in the second quarter of what's been a very entertaining game. 1st and 10 from the 33. Gives to D'Angelo, up the gut, breaks through the line, but not much further than that. Takes it up to about the 36-yard line. Ronnie Anderson playing strong safety tonight. He represents the 4th in the quadrant of Strathaven secondary. Tennell over at far wide receiver. McGinley closer to Larkin. Larkin fires it off for Tennell. And Tennell gets it the 50, 40, 30. They're chasing him, but they're not going to get him. He takes it all the way for a touchdown. Ridley gets the first blood of the night, and they're up 6-0 after an Irvin Tennell long touchdown run on a reception pass from Larkin. He took that one 64 yards, and despite the speed of the Strathaven secondary, they could not catch him. The wind taken out of the Strathaven ship's sails, but only briefly, as Mr. Clancy will have the offense fired up for the next chance they get at the ball, which will come after this extra point attempt by number 11. There's the kick, extra point's good, 7-0 Ridley. So Ridley gets first blood, 7-0 at 10:24 left in the second quarter. Last year's Strathaven-Ridley game was also a very hard-fought, entertaining contest like that. In the end, though, Strathaven came up to win 21-14. Strathaven's kick return team out. Bradley, Bepke, and Dixon deep to receive it. In front of them is Casey Peck and Eric Showman. Making up the front line, the leading blockers, Ronnie Anderson, Brian Hanser, Nick Creston, Chris Dolly. Kicks deep, and it's got by Bradley at the 15. He's upended on the 24-yard line at Strath Haven. First and 10 from the 29-yard line. Gives to Dan Connor, who had 4 carries in the last time, and he takes it up to about the 26-yard line. So 2nd and 8 from the 31-yard line. Topic gives it to Connor again. And Connor, even Dan Connor, who's going to Penn State to play next year, is stopped by a Ridley defensive line, which has looked very good tonight. Now 3rd and 6 from the 34-yard line. Casey and Peck moved out at wide receivers. Topic falls back, fires it deep for Peck. Oh! Peck almost had it on his fingertips, but he couldn't hold on. And so now they're going to have to bring on the punt team again after going 4 and out. Well, 3 and out, but after the punt, it'll be 4 and out. 4th and 6 from the 34-yard line. I wonder if they'll punt. Here it goes to Taylor. Taylor boots it high, not that far, and McGinley Fair catches it. So from Ridley's 37-yard line, they'll try to get up by more than a possession on Strath Haven. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. And the Strath Haven defense is going to call a timeout, trying to get it together for this next drive. So after a timeout, Strath Haven's defense is going to try and stop Ridley on 1st and 10 from Ridley's 37-yard line. Ridley leads 7-0 with 8:46 left in this half. Strath Haven hasn't been down by 2 possessions in the regular season all year, and they don't want to start now. 3 wide receivers, D'Angelo in the backfield. Larkin falls back, rolling out. Peck's chasing him down. Larkin breaks free of Peck and fires it off to McGinley, and McGinley's down on the 47-yard line. A Michael Vick-like scramble, I guess you could say, for Larkin there. With Dave Peck in pursuit, he was rolling out, changed direction, was able to fire it off to McGinley, who was going across the center. First down, that catch got him, so now it's 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Hand off to D'Angelo. D'Angelo takes it up to the 46-yard line. Second and 4 now from Strath Haven's 46. Ridley's offense is looking good. Larkin falls back, and McGarity brings him down for his 2nd sack of the night and a loss of about 7.
The tape's still rolling.
I think it means we have 5 minutes of battery left. 5 minutes.
It says 264. I think it means 5 minutes of tape left.
All right. Yeah, that's how much battery we have. That's tape. 5 wide receivers, 5 wide receivers now at Larkin's disposal as it's 39 from the 48-yard line. Falls back, scrambled, and he's brought down by Ryan Casey and Sam McGarity. So McGarity's had 2.5 sacks tonight, and there were 3 sacks in that series, which means Ridley is going to have to punt to Rick Coppin. Rodden is punting again. Kopic alone in the backfield there. High snap to Rodden. Oh, it's blocked! The punt is blocked by Sam McGarity. And Roddy in, up. And Ridley recovers it. McGarity blocked the punt, so he's had 2.5 sacks and a blocked punt tonight, but Ridley recovered it, and they get a fresh set of series from their own 46. So Strathaven starting from Ridley's 46-yard line because of a blocked punt by Sam McGarity. First gives to Connor, and Connor takes it up to the 40-yard line. Yeah, go, quick. From Ridley's 40-yard line. Again, they give it to Connor, and he takes it up about 2 yards. The Ridley defense swarming like so many bees as they bring down Connor after only 2 yards. Third and 2 now from the 38-yard line. 4.5 minutes left in the half. Strathaven trailing by a touchdown. And they give to Connor for a 3rd straight time. And Connor breaks free, and he goes all the way down to the 20-yard line. So Connor has a nice run and gets the Panthers a 1st down within 20 yards of Ridley's end zone. So 1st and 10 from Ridley's, 1st and 10 on Ridley's 23rd yard line. He gives to Bradley. It's actually a reverse to Bepke, but Bepke is brought down in the backfield on the 31-yard line for a loss of 8. So they run a reverse from Bradley to Bepke. Strathaven, Ridley inside linebacker read that pretty well and takes him down for a loss of about 8 yards. So now it's 2nd and 18 from Ridley's 31-yard line. Shifting offenses. 2 wide receivers, but they give it to Connor, and Connor takes him up to about the 26-yard line, and a flag's down on the play. So they're calling it was an illegal shift by Strathaven's offense. What they did was they had Bradley, who was playing the left halfback, and Casey was playing the right tight end, move to the right side wide receivers, and apparently that's illegal. So that penalty takes them back to 2nd and 29 from their 36-yard line. 36-yard line. And they give it to Bradley. Bradley's taken down for a very small gain. He's down about the 28-yard line. Jim DeCave in on the tackle. DeCave's been having a pretty good night on defense. Playing inside linebacker alongside D'Angelo. 6'2", 198. So now 3rd and 24 from the 33-yard lines. Going to the wing T formation. Topic falls back. Looking for receiver, airs it out for Bradley. Oh! And Bradley couldn't get it. It was ahead of him. And so a sigh of disappointment comes up from the home side of George L. King Field as again, Strathaven's going to have to punt. And they might actually be going for it. They are, I think, in fact, going for it. 4th and 24, gutsy call on Ridley's 33-yard line. Out of any high school kicker's field goal range. They're going to have to go for it in what's really a nerve-wracking game. Peck and Bemke out at wide receiver. And they give it to Connor. And Connor's brought down on the 28-yard line. Jim DeCave on the taken down. DeCave again having a good night on defense. Ridley's defense, a lot of people, including myself, expected a deep pass, 2nd and 20 some odd yards, but instead they give it to Connor up the gut. It looked like he may have had a chance of getting it, but it didn't materialize as Ridley's interior defenseman brought him down. So now it's 1st and 10 from Ridley from their own 29-yard line. Tennell and McGinley at wide receiver, D'Angelo in the backfield. And the gives to again to D'Angelo. He's a real workhorse for this Ridley offense, a big, strong Ridley product. Good lacrosse too. Second and 8 from the 32-yard line. Ridley up by a touchdown, 1 and 3/4 left. 3 wide receivers. John Waller really likes to throw the ball, it looks like, as you can see by the night. Gives up to D'Angelo. Flag on the play. Barring the flag, it's a couple-yard gain for Ridley.
Flag on the play.
And they're going to call holding on Ridley, which will take Ridley back about 5 yards. And when I say about, I mean exactly 5 yards. For Ridley on a holding call.
Ball rush on the 22-yard line.
So now from the
About
22-yard line, it's 2nd and 17. Larkin falls back, looking for receivers. And McGarity brings him down for a 3rd sack, but he fumbled it and recovered it. So McGarity gets the sack and he forced a fumble. But Larkin recovered his own fumble, but still lost probably about 10 yards on that play. Making it 3rd and nearly 30 yards. So Ridley's going to look to go deep this play and to anticipate that oncoming aerial assault. Strathaven calls a timeout as Mr. Connor, defensive guru, goes out to talk strategy with his players. So after a timeout by Strathaven's defense, it's now 3rd and 26 from Ridley's 13-yard line. 4 wide receivers, D'Angelo in the backfield. They put McGinley in motion and they give it to D'Angelo. And he got nothing. Fumble recovery. He fumbled it. He fumbled it. D'Angelo fumbled it. It was recovered by Ronnie Anderson, who runs it in for a touchdown. So now it is 7-6 after Ronnie Anderson runs in and D'Angelo fumble. And the crowd here at George L. King Field is right back into it with 35 seconds left in the half. It's like Warren Sapp said, big players make big plays. Ronnie Anderson comes up with the fumble recoveries and takes it in.
Big plays make big players make big plays.
What'd I say?
Big plays make big plays.
I didn't say that. Extra point by Donnelly. It wasn't pretty, but it went through, and we're tied at 7 with just half a minute until halftime. Stripe-Haven's crowd is right back into it. Mr. Clancy and Mr. Connor telling the guys, capitalize on this. Let's take the lead going into halftime, force a turnover. And so Taylor's out to kick it off as it is 7-7 after an electrifying fumble recovery by junior strong safety Ronnie Anderson. Deep to receive for Ridley is Vasso, Hodges, and Muhammad. Mustafa Muhammad. Poor kick by Taylor. And Thomas, number 80 of Ridley, recovers it with 34 seconds left. It's 7-7 from Ridley's 40-yard line.
Don't forget the Panther pit. That's good food over there for everyone tonight. It's Gary calls it fine cuisine. Hot dog, cooked corn, pizza, hoagies, go get 'em.
And Ridley is going to kneel on the ball with 30 seconds left. Let the time run down. And we will go into halftime tied at 7 here at what's been a very exciting, close first half at George L. King Field.
Squad is led by Captain Sarah Burns, Caitlin Kerr, co-captain Caitlin Weber, Lindsay Reed, and leaders Emily Fishman, Amber Gibson, and Bethany Smith. The dance team is led by Captains Courtney English, Sarah Stevens, and Laura Lombardo. Co-captains are Katie Claus and Catherine Galley, Julie Slicky. And student leaders are Diana DePolvo, Emily Bataglia, and Samantha Hunter. The band is led by section leaders Alicia Evans, Betsy DeGrotto, Jim Erdman, Tony Thompson, Mike Lennox, and Alan during kickoff is St. Bell. And directed by Mr. Henry Perlmer, Mr. Jack on. Your drum majors are Dennis Joy Lemon-Key, Andrew Pelletarian, and Rio Shaw.
So into the second half, Strathaven and Ridley are tied at 7, and both teams are anxious to get that next piece of scoring on the other team. Taylor to kick off to Ridley's deep crew. It's a good kick by Taylor. And it's taken to about the 30-yard line by number 34, Anthony Rodaloon. So now 1st and 10 from Ridley's 29. They begin. Larkin likes to throw it, and it's a good thing because he has 3 wide receivers out there and D'Angelo in the backfield. McKinley in motion. And the gives to D'Angelo. D'Angelo breaks free. Breaks 3 through the defensive line to about the 33-yard line where Dan Connor takes him down. Him and Connor are similar style players, bulky fullbacks. Now 2nd and 2 from the 36-yard line. Similar formations before. Again to D'Angelo, but D'Angelo will be stopped short of the first down by the Strathaven defensive line.
Tackled by number 64, Nick Cresta. Along with number 80, Dave Peck.
Third and 4 now from the 37-yard line. Officials seem to be discussing something. They're going to be measuring on the first down. I don't think they got it. And the chains don't lie. About a yard short of the first down. So now after that measurement, Larkin out on 3rd and 4 from the 37-yard line. Gives to D'Angelo. D'Angelo breaks free and he's taking it. Cuts through, he's gonna take it all the way, it looks like, unless Dixon catches him. But it's too late. D'Angelo runs it all the way up the right side for a touchdown. It's now 13-7 Ridley. Breaks free and he's taking it. Cuts through, he's gonna take it all the way, it looks like, unless Dixon catches him. But it's too late. D'Angelo runs it all the way up the right side for a touchdown. It's now 13-7 Ridley. D'Angelo got that little bit of running room and just took it all the way up for 63 yards to the end zone. Good run by D'Angelo, now 13-7 Ridley with 10 minutes, 33 seconds left in the third quarter. To kick the field goal is Greg Bergwald, extra point. And he nails it. It's good, and it's now 14-7 Ridley with 10 minutes, 33 seconds left. Strathaven fans still faithful to their team, confident that they'll get it back on this offensive possession. Strathaven sends Demke, Dixon, and Bradley back to receive. And kicking is Bergwald, who just nailed that extra point. Ridley gets in kicking formation. And here's a kick. Bergwald's kick is deep, and Bradley's gonna get it at the 8-yard line. Bradley's taken down at about the 25-yard line. And so from their 27-yard line, Strathaven is going to try to organize a drive to tie this thing up as they are down 14-7. The gives to Connor, who's been having a pretty good night tonight, and he gets about 4 yards out of that. On the left side give, now 2nd and 6 from the 34-yard line. 2nd and 6 from the 32nd yard line, 10 minutes left in the third quarter. Shift in the backfield, back to the wing T. And they give to Connor again. Connor gets a nice run, but not the whole thing. Takes it up to about the 36-yard line. Jim DeCabe, who's been doing well on defense, gets the stop. So now 3rd and 4 from the 37-yard line. They're actually going to bring out and measure it, see if he got it. I don't think he did, but he got pretty close. It's going to be close, but that only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. He'll be short by about 1.5 ball lengths. And end of the 4th. Yeah. Epstein will be coming up at the end of the 4th for his commentary. So now 3rd and 4 from the 37-yard line, gives to Connor. Connor gets the first down, and they're now 1st and 10 from their 41-yard line. So Strathaven really relying on Connor on that drive, as they manage to get the first down, and are now on the 41-yard line, trying to get into Ridley's end zone to tie this thing up. Gives to Bradley. He takes it up to the 44-yard line.
Matt McKinley, number 7, on the tackle. Pick up about 2.
End of the third. End of the third. Second and 7 from the 44-yard line. Gives to Connor for the fourth time and 5th play, and he'll take it up to about the 48-yard line.
Tackle by number 33, Chuck Hodges. Connor picks up about 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3 from the 48-yard line. They've given it to Connor 4 of the last 5 plays. All 5 of the last plays have been running plays. And Connor breaks free after that. It goes up to about the 37-yard line. Very powerful run by Dan Connor that time. So 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line after another powerful run by Dan Connor. Strath Haven's moving quite methodically towards the Ridley end zone, gives it to Matt Thorne Fitzgerald, and he's brought down by about 8 Ridley players on the 35-yard line.
Tackle by number 33, Chuck Hodges.
It's now 2nd and 6 from the 36-yard line.
Big 2nd and 6. Pick up about 4 yards.
So Matt Thorne Fitzgerald's run gives him 4 yards. As I told you, he's playing in replace of Phil Atkinson. Kopic falls back to pass, but he couldn't get it off, couldn't find a receiver, and is tackled / knocked out of bounds. Slow to get up, but returning to the field. Little or no gain on that play. Actually may have lost a couple yards that time. Third and 9 from the 38-yard line. It was a loss of 3 on that botched pass attempt. Kopic falls back again, finds the receiver in Bradley, and Bradley's gonna run for a 1st down and a little bit more to the Ridley 24-yard line. So Kopic completes his 2nd pass of the night to Jared Bradley, who runs to the 24-yard line. First and 10 from the 24-yard line now. Gives to Connor again. He takes it to about the 21-yard line, going straight through between the center and the right guard, or the 4 hole. So now 2nd and 6 from the 21-yard line. Six and a quarter minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Ridley leads by a touchdown. Bradley in motion. Kopic gives it to Connor again. And Connor is going to run very close to the Ridley goal line. Takes it to about the 11-yard line. He's really been the rock on this drive. They gave it to Matt Thorne Fitzgerald once to Jared Bradley, and 1 pass to him. Otherwise, every other give in this drive has been to Dan Connor. Tremendous game by him. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. The gives to Connor, and he gets the touchdown. Tied at 14. So, Ridley scored, and then Strath Haven answered right back on a Dan Connor-led drive, which culminated in his touchdown. Strath Haven coming out of their famous muddle huddle for the extra point. Chris Donnelly will be kicking it. 5 minutes, 36 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Assuming he makes this, we'll be tied at 14 in what's been a riveting game. Donnelly's kick is good. And so now we are now tied at 14 in what's turning into a very exciting hardcore street fight dog war. So now tied at 14. Taylor to kick off. Ridley's hoping to get a touchdown and go ahead out of this tie. Short kick by Taylor. And number 21 of Ridley, Mustafa Muhammad, takes it up to the 35-yard line. Let's change it now, yeah. Gives to D'Angelo that time. And he fumbled it when in the chaos of the line. And Strathaven has recovered the fumble. So Strathaven recovers it, and they're gonna have a chance to go ahead. 5 minutes, 14 seconds left. And the first give is to Connor. And he falls forward to about the 32-yard line. Stop. All right, second and 7 from the Ridley 39-yard line. And again, they give it to Connor, who on the end around takes it up to Ridley's 28-yard line. Strathaven's really been relying on him a lot tonight. So Strathaven now has a first down. 28 yards from the Ridley end zone and the lead in tonight's game. Four and a half minutes. They give it to Bradley. Bradley stopped though as soon as he hits the line. They're not going to get anything out of that. They may have even lost some yards. Second and 9 now from the 28-yard line. He did get 1 yard out of that. But they still need 9 more to keep this drive alive. Topic falls back, looking for a receiver. He's got Thorny. Oh, pass interference! He was looking for Matt Thorne Fitzgerald. Matt Thorne Fitzgerald was getting practically tackled before the ball was even there by Andre Payton. And so the referees wisely call pass interference. And Strathaven is going to move very much closer to Ridley in the end zone. And as I said earlier in the game, those major penalties on defense are going to add up and can really come up and bite you. Being moved. Moved to the spot of the foul, so now it's Strathaven with a first down from the 12-yard line. And they give it to Dan Connor, who's taken down for a loss from behind by number 35, Joe Billingsley.
By number 35 for Ridley.
The
Joe Billingsley, number 36, on the back.
Strathaven's 2 touchdowns have come within the red zone. One was a fumble recovery ran in by Ronnie Anderson, and the other one was that Dan Connor touchdown. So they've looked pretty good close to the end zone, and we'll see how they can do. And the timeout is called. No, it's not. So now 2nd and 12 from the 16-yard line. Connor lost 4 yards on that. They give it again to Connor, and he takes it up to about the 8-yard line, making it 3rd and 4 from the 8. Tackle was made by Andre Payton. He's trying to redeem himself for that pass interference call that they got against Matt Thornton Fitzgerald on such a blatant penalty. So now 3rd and 9 from the 11. Again to Connor. What else is new? Takes it up to the 6-yard line. 3 yards. Second yard line is where they're going for the first down. And giving Strathaven a first down on the 2-yard line that's asking for trouble. Ridley's red zone defense is really gonna have to pick it up here. Really make some big plays. Oh, they're gonna go for the field goal because it's 4th and 5. Dally on the field goal, gets it up and it's good. I got on a bit of a ramble there, didn't notice Chris Donnelly's getting up for his field goal. First field goal he's made all year, and it takes Strathaven up 17-14.
Let's cut it.
All right. Minute 38 left. Strathaven after the field goal is gonna kick it off. Andre Payton gets it. Some nice running, juking, but it's not gonna be enough. And he's down on his own 32nd yard line. So Strathaven's defense is taking the field, hoping to preserve their lead for one series and then expand on it in the next. First down from the 33-yard line. Tunnel and McKinley on either side of Larkin. Larkin falls back, and he's got McGinley. McGinley takes it up. Flag down in the play. After the player, a flag was thrown. McGinley had taken it up to about the 39-yard line. We'll see what happens after the penalty. And it's going to be a personal foul. Personal foul against Strathaven. I guess probably a late hit because it was thrown so late in the play. And that's going to move Ridley up 10 yards. First and 10 from the 46-yard line. McGinley in motion. And Larkin's going to keep it, and he'll run it up about 5 yards to the 44-yard line. Carmen Gentili on the stop. Gentili's a hard player. Very dedicated, always in those quote-unquote optional spring practices. Same formation. Tunnell and McKinley at receiver. Larkin falls back, gets McGinley, and he's going to run for a first down after catching that pass. With half a minute left in the the third quarter. It's 17-14 Strathaven. First and 10 Ridley has on the Strathaven 34-yard line. Larkin falls back. He threw it up for John Thomas. He threw it up for John Thomas, but he couldn't keep a hold of it, and he goes down. Now making it 2nd and 10 from their 34-yard line.
Second and 10.
13 seconds left in the half, in the quarter, 2nd and 10. Tennell and McGinley on the right side of Larkin. Larkin falls back, and he's gonna run with it. Cresta and Gentili were in hot pursuit, and Carmen Gentili gets him as he's sliding down for about a 5-yard gain. And so the third quarter comes to an end, the only scoring being a Cresta. And it's promising to be a very exciting fourth quarter, as Strathaven only leads by a field goal, and Ridley is within 28 yards of a touchdown. He gives to D'Angelo. He's trying to find a hole to cut it up, and he finally gets it on the left side. He gets that first down on about the 15-yard line. So from the 19-yard line, Ridley's going to work for first down, trying to get the lead with less than 12 minutes left in what's been a very exciting, fast-moving game. First and 10 from the 19-yard line. And they're saying there was motion on the Ridley offensive line, and that's going to set him back 5 yards. Jim DeCave now entering the game at running back. He hasn't seen much time in it earlier this game. But it looks like John Waller really wants to use him here in this fourth quarter. So now 1st and 15 from their 24-yard line. Anthony D'Ostorio entering the game at wide receiver. Larkin falls back, looking for a receiver. Oh, thrown it to Tennell. Tennell could not keep a hold of it. Now 2nd and 15 from their 24-yard line. Second and 15 from the 24. Second and 15 from the 24-yard line. Tennell at the far wide receiver. Larkin falls back, looking for a receiver. He's probably going to go to Tennell. Throws it up deep for number 20. And it's caught for a touchdown by number 20, Mike Kraus. They were thinking about Tennell, but Kraus looked like the better target. And the junior catches it for a Ridley touchdown, and they're now up 20-17. And except for the occasional clapping for the cheerleaders, you could hear a pin drop on the Strathaven sideline as they go for the extra point. Oh, almost blocked by Chris Donnelly, and going in for the dive, he took out their kicker, Ray Rodden, and Rodden's still down, and he'll be, of course, called for roughing the kicker. And so he gets the extra point, but he's putting some pain for it afterwards. And Donnelly's going to get caught the penalty. And so Bergwald, who probably just got the wind knocked out of him after Donnelly just wailed him, is walking off the field with the aid of his trainers. And Strathaven's going to get called for that personal foul, roughing the kicker. And it'll be interesting to see if they bring Bergwald back out to kick off.
Flat.
Carl O'Brien put in to replace the, I guess, injured Ray Bergwald. He'll be kicking off to Bradley and Bepke. Bepke's going to field it at about the 5. And he stopped for a loss at about the 17-yard line. Strathaven has not lost a regular season game in 66 straight games, which is a Pennsylvania record. And in the next 11 minutes, 31 seconds, their offense and defense is going to do everything they can to make sure that number raises to 67. Expect to see a lot of heart. I wouldn't change the channel if I were you. I think it's going to get really interesting. First and 10 from their 21-yard line. The gives to Connor, and he stopped. Stopped after getting about 1 or 2 yards. Second and 7 now from the 25-yard line. Kopic falls back, throws it up for Bradley. Oh! Hit Bradley right in the numbers. And to add insult to injury, as soon as it hit him, Andre Payton knocked him to the floor, or grass as it may be. So now 3rd and 7 from the 25-yard line. Strathaven really needs to make a play here. They don't want to give Ridley the ball back without having scored.
Brings up a 3rd and 7.
Peck out at wide receiver. Kopic falls back. Under pressure. He's getting chased down. And he's sacked after scrambling for a little bit. Took it up to about the 27-yard line. Now 4th down. And you have the interesting predicament of whether to kick, whether to punt it or go for it. Mr. Clancy's going to opt to punt it because they don't want to give Ridley the ball on their own 27-yard line, even though now Ridley's going to get the ball with 10 minutes, 19 seconds left and can send it into more than a 2-possession game. Hard snap to Taylor. Decent punt by Taylor. And a fumble by McGinley, but it looks like Ridley recovered their own fumble on the punt.
Ridley recovers the fumble.
So Ridley's going to start from their 45-yard line.
Number 22 on the fumble recovery. Anthony Diaz-Stewart on the fumble recovery for Ridley.
Was originally going to McGinley. He sort of fumbled it as soon as he started running. But fortunately for all the Raider fans, Ridley recovered it. And with a little more than 10 minutes left, they're going to try to get ahead. 2 wide receivers, D'Angelo in the backfield, and that's who it's going to go to. D'Angelo stopped after 2-yard in.
D'Angelo on the carry, pick up about 1 yard. Tackled by number 74, Sam McGarry, with help from number 64.
Second and 9 now from the 48-yard line. Same formation as before. Rolls out, looking for a receiver, under pressure, and he's going to throw it away. Larkin rolled out, was looking for his receivers. Neither one was open. With his options exhausted, he's got out of the box and threw it away. Third and 9 now from the 48-yard line. Same formation. McGinley falls back, and Larkin cannot connect with Tennell. Third and 9 now. So they'll have to punt as it becomes 4th and 9 from the 48-yard line. And Ray Roddy will be forced to punt with 9 minutes left. So Strathaven's gonna have another chance. They're worried about Ridley going up by another possession, but it looks like they'll get their shot at it. Rodden falls as he punts it, and in return the punt suffers. But it's still gonna roll all the way to near the 10, giving Strathaven less than desirable field position for what could be a crucial drive here in the towards the end of the fourth quarter.
With 8:57 left, Ridley 21, Strathaven 17.
21-17 Ridley. $8:57 left. I bet you they're gonna give it to Connor. Just by the trend going tonight, I'm probably right. And when I say probably, I mean I am right. Unfortunately, Connor didn't get much out of that, as the Ridley defensive line, which has been playing real solid all night, stops him. Second and 9 now from the 15-yard line.
Second and 9.
Strathaven runs it again. And again, Ridley's defense stops him.
Chuck Hodges.
And so
About 2 yards.
Strathaven got about 2 yards out of that, making it 3rd and 7 from their 17-yard line. Kopic's given his orders. They want to try and execute this one. Major play. Peck out at wide receiver. Kopic rolls out, looking for his receiver. Fires it up, it may have gotten tipped, and it's picked off. Oh, jeez. It may have gotten tipped. Casey was going up for it, and Tennell picked it off. And in a scene reminiscent of Rondé Barber picking off Donovan McNabb's pass last January, Strathaven was trying to get things going, and Kopic threw an interception to Tennell. And now Ridley has a first down on Strathaven's 40-yard line. Handoff goes to D'Angelo, takes it up the right side. Ridley's going to want to run the ball, try to eat up the clock, give it back to Strathaven with as little time left on it as possible. Second and 5 now from the 36-yard line for Ridley. And Ridley's going to call a timeout. So second and 5 from the 36-yard line. Strathaven's fans really wanting to make a stop here. Fumbled! He fumbled the ball. Larkin fumbled the ball and Strathaven may have recovered. They did! They did recover! Strathaven recovers on their own 36-yard line. That was a major, major play. Who got it? And so Strathaven recovered the fumble. That was huge because with 6.5 minutes left, they have a chance to get ahead of Ridley. First and 10 now from the 34-yard line. Ridley called a timeout to try to get reorganized after a devastating fumble. They give it to Dan Connor, and Connor breaks free. He might go all the way for the touchdown. He will go all the way for the touchdown. What a game. 6 minutes, 24 seconds left. Dan Connor runs it in for a touchdown. And Strathaven is now up 23-21 after Dan Connor runs it in for a touchdown, breaking free in what's been one of the most exciting games this stadium has ever seen. Connor. Oh yeah, number. Dowley going on for the extra point to put them up 24-21 with 6.5 minutes left. Big players making big plays, like Warren Sapp always says. Dowley on the kick. It's good. Strathaven's up 24-21. So Dan Connor making a huge touchdown run. Strathaven's up 24-21 with 6.5 minutes left. Taylor's kick is deep. And Mustafa Muhammad's gonna take it up to about the 30-yard line. First and 10 for the Raiders on their 34-yard line. Larkin falls back, gets it to Chanel, and he takes it up to the 40-yard line for a Ridley first down. Go. First and 10 for Ridley on their own 44-yard line. And stopped deep in the backfield is D'Angelo by Nick Cresta and Eric Showman. So a major stop by the Strathaven defense there sends Ridley back. Second and 10 from their 44-yard line. It is electric here at George L. King Field as both teams in a back and forth seesaw style battle. Both teams very much still in it. 5.5 left. Larkin falls back. Under pressure, he's scrambling, has some time, and he fires it off. Fires it off to one of his receivers, number 80, John Thomas. So that reception by Thomas gives Ridley another first down. Now on Strathaven's 44-yard line. Larkin falls back, airs it up. Oh, it's caught and fumbled. It's caught and fumbled, but the refs are going to say it's an incomplete pass. It was caught by Andre Payton, who you remember from the pass interference call, knocked loose. But the referees are saying he never had control, therefore it's an incomplete pass, and still 2nd and 10 from Ridley's 44-yard line. The Strathaven fans wanted there to be a fumble call, in which case the recovery would give Strathaven the ball. Four wide receivers and D'Angelo in the backfield. Larkin falls back, it's a draw, he's gonna run it himself. Oh! So they brought Larkin on the draw play. First time we've seen Ridley run the draw all night. The same formation as last time. Larkin falls back, screen pass. Screen pass to Dino Vasso, but he was stopped short of the first down. So Ridley called a timeout to try to reorganize things, and they're gonna go for it on 4th down from the 30-yard line. Another major play. And flags are thrown, and depending on which side it is, it's against Ridley. It's gonna send him back. False start on the offensive line, and it's gonna send Ridley back 5 yards. So now it's gonna be 4th and 9, and Strathaven calls timeout. So Strathaven's defense called a timeout to try and figure out how they're gonna stop this 4th and 6 Ridley major play. Larkin falls back, looking for his receiver, throws it up for, oh no! He threw it up for McKinley, it hit McKinley in the hands, and he dropped it, and it's gonna turn over on downs to Strathaven. McKinley was furious with himself, irate, and who wouldn't be when you drop a major pass like that? Man. Geez, he won't be sleeping much tonight. That's gonna be running through his dreams all night long. Hit him in the fingertips, and it's gonna turn over on downs to Strathaven, 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line, up by 3 points with a little less than 3.5 minutes left. Hand off to Dan Connor, and he'll run 8 yards. Connor on an 8-yard run. As the clock continues to click by, you'll see Strathaven go to the ground as if that's possible, even a little bit more than they have tonight. They want to give Ridley that ball back with little or hopefully no time left on the clock. Connor stopped in the backfield. And one of the most exciting regular season games that this field's seen has come down to its final 2.5 minutes. Strathaven leading a very formidable Ridley squad, 24-21. Clock continues to tick with third and 3. Almost offsides on Ridley's defense. They give it to Connor. Connor takes it up the side. And before Tennell takes him down, he runs for a 1st down on Strathaven's 31-yard line. And Tennell, who brought him down, is now on the ground. Yeah. So McGinley, cut it. So Tennell jogs off the field, which leads this announcer to believe it was just a cramp caused by a rather warm September night. They give it to Connor. Gets about 3 yards out of that run, straight up the gut. About a minute and a quarter left here at George L. King Field.
1 minute and 10 seconds.
Clock is ticking on what could be a glorious Strath Haven victory or an amazing Ridley comeback. Still in doubt as we're into the final minute. They give it to Connor. Gets close to the third down. So he got about 5 yards, making it 3rd and 4. With half a minute to go. Ridley's gonna get this ball back with so little time.